Okay, guys, I'm going to share a really important concept with you. The law of cause and effect in Chinese is called 因果, which means that whatever you plant will grow into whatever that seed is. There's one thing that most people do not quite understand that is related to the law of cause and effect. You can't get away with this law. This law applies to every person who lives in a third dimensional consciousness. When you take advantage of others, you are actually declaring to the universe that someone else can take advantage of me. Whatever you do to others, when you are envy, when you give that envy to someone, when you are envious and jealous of someone's success, you are declaring to the universe, I allow other people to do that to me. When you are sitting there getting jealous of other people, secretively, you don't wish them to do well. You are declaring to the universe, other people can condemn you for you not to do well. Are you getting what I'm saying? When you take advantage of others, you are declaring to the universe, it's okay for someone else to take advantage of you. Whatever you do, you are giving the permission for the universe to bring those people back to you as well. So, what I'm trying to say is if you are having a shit of a life, don't keep pointing your finger at somebody else. Reflect, because it's not someone else's fault. It never is. It just looks like it's someone else's fault. It looks like someone else actually did something to you. Now, in order for you to restore the dignity of your life, there's only one way. There's no other way. There's only one way. And that way is for you to self-reflect. Do you have any idea how powerful your ability to self-reflect actually is? That is the most empowering thing that you could ever possess. Self-reflection. It restores your dignity. When you relinquish your responsibility to self-reflect, you lose your dignity. You are no longer a creator of your own destiny. You are now a victim of someone else. And you tell me, how humiliating to be a victim. When you are a victim of someone, there's nothing you can do. You are a slave of those people. Can you get what I'm saying? When you are so afraid to be judged by whoever that person is, you are that person's slave. Because you're living your life based on the approval of someone else. You become the slave of that person's opinion or that person's acceptance. Do you see what I'm getting at? And if you are a slave, if you are a victim of something or someone, you can never succeed no matter how hard you try. I have some clients who are billionaires, but they have not healed themselves. They have not healed their relationships with their parents or their brothers and sisters or their ex-wives or their children. So they're sitting in a pile of money, and that pile of money eventually just turns to shit for people to fight. for. And no one cares about this person. How sad would it be for you to achieve so much material wealth, but you're so deficient inside? And you live there with guilt and shame and fear and loneliness. So I want you to really learn this ability to self-reflect. And what it takes is for you to put down your pride. Most people do not want to self-reflect because pride is dominating their emotion. They are too prideful to self-reflect because self-reflection requires your humility. It requires you to not blame other people. It requires you to claim your full responsibility as a human being. And to most people, that's hard. It's a lot easier just point the finger out on someone and say it's your fault. Now, guess what? If you continuously blame someone else or something else for your misery, for your dissatisfaction in life, for your value in life, if you blame someone else or something else, you are literally fucked. And I'm not joking, and excuse my language. There's no better word for me to use in this situation. It's a very serious situation. Majority of people, if you are listening to this, and if you heard yourself blaming someone or something, you must self-reflect. No one in this world, not your parents, not your kids, not your boss, not your teacher, not your ex, nothing. No one is responsible for whatever you have created up to now. If you can relinquish your complaining, if you can relinquish your blaming, if you can stop pointing your finger at something else and someone else, come back to yourself with your humility, with your sincerity, with your honesty, with your dedication. You are going to succeed no matter what you do. When you become a creator, the universe conspire to send all the necessary ingredients to you to make whatever you want to make. But you must resonate at that level. You must get into the bandwidth of that creative level. If you drop from the creator into the dungeon of a victim, then the universe will send you all the necessary substances for you to make further victimhood, because the universe cannot interfere with your free will. Your wish is the universe's command. When you said, I'm a victim, I want to be a victim, the universe says, here you are, be a victim. I can't interfere with you. If you're born a pumpkin, I can't make you a cucumber. If you're born as asparagus, I can't make you into an apple. That's your free will. You come here as you are. I bless you with whatever the choice you make. This is a very serious subject, and I want you to look into it. The first most important point you must take is to accept yourself, no matter where you are. If you are an absolute, beautiful, compassionate person, great. If you are a nasty, mean, stupid asshole, great. Work with whatever you have. The most important question you need to ask yourself, am I happy with who I am right now? Am I happy with everything that I've created up to this moment? Am I happy with the result? Because a tree must be defined by the fruits it bears. Are you happy with your tree of life? Are you happy? Are you content and satisfied? And you're proud of your own creation? Are you okay with it? If you're okay with it, fantastic. Good on you. I celebrate you. If you're not okay with it, I also celebrate you. Also good on you for realizing it. Also good on you for being honest with yourself. And I would encourage you to take on the responsibility of self-reflection. Self-reflection means that you put a mirror in front of yourself and you look at every single one of your behavior, the way you speak to your husband, the way you speak to your wife, the way you speak to your parents, the way you speak to your colleagues, to your children, the way you look at someone else's success. How do you feel inside yourself? Do you celebrate those people's success, or do you feel inferior and you feel very envious of them? And stop judging yourself. It doesn't matter what it is that you feel. It matters how you transform those emotions based on your free will, based on your choice. You know, I'm having a really fun time now. Now I'm like, close to 60. I'm having a fabulous time. Is it because I have no trouble in my life? I have no problems in my life? It's not because I don't have anything to deal with. I'm having an absolute freaking fantastic time because I possess the wisdom to transform whatever the shit into exactly what I want. I have turned into an alchemist. Someone give me a bucket of shit, I would turn that into fertilizer to grow my rose garden. Someone throwing a tantrum, I no longer entertain that tantrum. I no longer can be gaslighted by somebody else because I see the situation completely differently. I see when someone is throwing a tantrum, I see that person is crying out loud for help. I see that person being lost, not knowing how to articulate, not knowing how to control his or her own emotion. So should I have compassion towards that person, or should I judge that person? Should I take that person's rubbish onto myself? Or should I just sit there and pray for the person to calm down? At the end of the day, you are the you're the architects of your own life. You draw every line. You create everything. And you build your house of life with your own hands. Every brick, every tile, every inch of carpet is your mental clarity or confusion. Is your emotional resilience or weakness. Whether you build a very solid structure or a very shakeable structure completely relies on your self-reflection. Because every day you're going to take on some emotion and look into it and say, do I want to build my life with this? If you have pride and envy and jealousy and anger, you must ask your life, do I want to build my house with this shit? Or do I want to transform it into the substance of what I want? If you want to build your life with peace, with love, with understanding, with tolerance, with patience, with compassion, you must transform all of the bullshit into the clean substance. That's why each single one of us is an alchemist. We have the ability in our consciousness to transform shit into gold. And you can see that I'm really passionate about teaching people about how to do that. That's why I have this Imperial Doctor's website, to really teach you how to do that. I don't have time to go and do private consults anymore. I don't want to anymore. I want to walk for 5 hours on the beach. I want to read with a cup of tea for 7 hours. I have earned my freedom, my time. My time is precious. You cannot buy my time for $1 million. I call my beach walk a $1 million walk. I have earned my right to breathe the free air. That's why I have made a website for people to go to the website and can still have part of me, because I possess so much wisdom from the ancient times. I grew up over there for so long in China. For so long, I studied with 8 masters of Chinese medicine. I possess so much wisdom, so much useful strategy, so much incredible knowledge and understanding. And I apply each one of them to my own life. And I have created an absolutely fantastic life. Life that I could not even dream of when I was younger. My life has turned out to be much, much better than what I could even contemplate and expect. So the strategies and the tool that I use are the most crucial thing that I could offer to humanity. If I can save you from yourself, just remember, you have to save yourself from yourself. You are your greatest enemy, and your greatest enemy is actually your ignorance. And we can't go to the kingdom of heaven if we carry the ignorance with us. That's why sharing this is so important for me, to you. So I want you to honor yourself. I want you to give yourself this respect and this dignity. I keep using this word of dignity because I have seen hundreds of thousands of people with no dignity. And when you are a human being with no dignity, when you are sick as a dog, when you're walking around with a completely deficient heart, when you're walking around as a barcode, when you're walking around getting managed by artificial intelligence, when you're walking around without consciousness, you have no dignity, you have no difference than an animal. So you're going to miss the point coming to this earth. It will give me a lot of joy to know that you got something out of this talk. And I really want you to restore your love for yourself, your dignity for yourself, your respect for yourself. Take that responsibility back. You know, the moment you take that responsibility back is the moment you started to restore your sovereignty as a human being. And that you cannot do without. You don't want to die soulless. You don't want to die with a soul owned by someone else, ripped off by someone else. No, you want to die healthy, still youthful in your heart, in your mind. Your body might be disintegrated, but you need to have an absolutely fantastic, inspiring, resilient mind. And your heart must go into the state of joy and peace and gratitude. And at the end of your End of your day, you say to yourself, I have lived a life really well lived. I can go in peace now. And that is the beginning of your next journey. Sending you lots of blessings and lots of love. Bye for now. Until next time.